The continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi. Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson. Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington. Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington. James Douglas as Stephen Cord. Elizabeth Walker as Carolyn Russell. Percy Rodriguez as Harry Miles. And also starring Barbara Rush as Marsha Russell.
Tonight, 3 lives are on a collision course. Marsha Russell knows that Dr. Michael Rossi is out looking for her former husband, Fred Russell. And Marsha knows that Dr. Rossi is bitterly angry. She knows, too, that Fred is bitterly angry and that Fred is capable of violence. A few minutes ago, Marsha persuaded the town police to let Sergeant Walker stand by while she reasoned with Fred and talked him into a cool and rational attitude. She was not aware that while she talked to the police, Dr. Rossi had found Fred Russell.
Fred? Fred?
Mike, what happened?
Operator, this is an emergency. Get us to the hospital.
Doctor's hospital?
Oh, I want to get an ambulance right away over to Colonial Post 10. And this is Dr. Rossi.
Yes, Dr. Rossi.
Yeah, we have a man down over here, Mr. Fred Russell.
Carolyn's father?
Yeah, be room number 9.
Room 9, Colonial Deck.
Yeah, make sure they bring the oxygen up with them, will you?
Yes, Doctor, they'll have it.
All right.
What happened?
Well, he just, too much booze, I guess. He passed out just a few moments before you came in.
You say he passed out?
Yeah.
Was there a fight?
No, there was no fight. Obviously, he's been drinking all day.
I guess you were able to stop his fall.
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't even see him fall. I heard it.
Oh?
Yeah. He actually keeled over before I even got to him.
They have a way of falling down, especially under the influence. Doesn't seem to hurt them a bit. Say, shall we get him up on the bed?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to try and see if I can revive him first. Fred? Fred, come on, wake up. See if we can get him to sit up here, Sergeant. Come on. Fred, come on, wake up. Open your eyes.
And he's really out.
He's out indeed.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, good. Thank you. See if I can get some dilation here. Yeah. Thank you. What's this?
What is it?
There's a lump.
A wound?
No, it's just a bruise. There's no bleeding or anything. There's a bump here over his ear. I wish I could get him to come, too. Has he ever passed out before?
Once or twice, but he's not a heavy drinker.
You ever have any trouble bringing him to afterwards?
No, I mean, once we were at the club and I had trouble waking him up just to get him out to the car.
What do you say, Doctor? Shall I put him up on the bed?
I want to tell you, Sergeant, I think it'd be a good idea just leave him here until the ambulance comes and then take him over to the hospital where he can sleep it off and then we have some oxygen over there.
Well, how about a check-in?
Okay.
Do you think it's anything serious?
No, I don't think so, honey. He was complaining about his vision before he passed out, but still with that lump over his ear. I think I ought to take him down to the hospital for a checkup.
This is Sergeant Walker. I'm at the Colonial Post Inn. We have a man unconscious here. Fred Russell.
Fred Russell?
We're taking him to the hospital.
Okay, check in later.
Yeah. Dr. Rossi, I better inform the manager.
Fine. Why is Sergeant Walker here?
Because I called him. The way Fred was acting, I didn't know what he was going to do.
just the man I want to see. How about coming up to the room and letting me beat you at a game of checkers?
Can't do it tonight, Eli. I got to take the wife to the show.
Oh, just one game. I tell you what, I'll open that bottle of rum you've had your eye on ever since Christmas. How's that, huh?
Sounds good, but can't do it. See, it's our anniversary, and if I don't take the lady to the show tonight, she's going to break my leg. Tell you what, I'll let you beat me next week, okay?
Okay.
Well, what you doing here all by yourself, Eli?
I thought I'd drop in for a bite to eat. Is there something wrong with that, or aren't you serving food anymore?
Nothing wrong with it. I just thought this was the big day.
Big day?
Your date with Mrs. Riggs. Now, don't tell me she turned you down.
No, she didn't.
Well,
Oh, what?
how was it?
What are you driving at, woman?
The fishing trip. That is what you said you had in mind when you and Maggie were in here last, remember? As I recall, you had quite a time persuading her that's all you had in mind.
That was all. And now, if you don't mind, I'd like a little service.
Yes, sir, Mr. Carson. You don't want to discuss your little, outing. Let's see now. We've got some pot roast left. It's a little cold, but I can warm it up. And then I made a big kettle of fish chowder today.
Fish? I couldn't look another fish in the face if you paid me.
I thought it was one of your favorite kinds of food.
No fish, no...
All right. No fish. What's the matter? Aren't they biting today, Eli?
As a matter of fact, Ada, I'm not very hungry, you see. I had a bite to eat at Mrs. Riggs' place.
Here. Sit down. Sit down. Let me get your beer. On the house. Mind if I have one with you?
All right. Not along the side, Ada. Let it hit the bottom properly.
You and Eddie. He always liked a good head on his beer, too.
You miss him, don't you, girl?
Yeah, I miss him.
You know, it's a funny thing. We go shuffling along on this old mortal coil. Same old jog-trot year in and year out. Same old thing day in and day out. Not caring what you wear or what you eat or how you look. Then suddenly you meet someone and you get a good look at yourself. You see all the wrinkles, all the lines, all the lost years, all that time that you'll never get back.
I know.
I haven't got much time left, Ada, but I'm sure not going to waste what's left.
Well, that's the spirit, Eli.
You probably think I'm an old fool, but this evening I asked Mrs. Riggs to marry me, and she turned me down.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Because I've been sitting here making up my mind. I've decided I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm just going to keep asking until she's plumb worn out saying it.
Well, I'll drink to that, Eli.
I'll drink to you. Drinking to that.
Very nice dinner, Vicky. Where'd you get the turnip greens?
Harry, I told you she went to White River.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Thank you.
I'll clear the table. Shocked you, didn't I?
Young man, we've always been straight with each other, right?
Oh, here it comes.
You didn't shock me. You overwhelmed me.
Mama has a knack for exaggerating to make a point, you see. Actually, I've cleared the table a few more times. Once when I was 6 and once
another
when I...
time when he was 16.
Alma?
Harry, what is wrong?
Honey, I wanted to open this report up right there at the table in front of all of us. Now, that would have been the sensible thing to do.
Harry, I don't agree. I think it would have been the worst thing you could have done.
Yeah, I could sense you didn't feel good about it.
No matter what that private detective said about Lou, I'm against using it as a club over his head. I want him to talk just as much as you do, but not this way.
Honey, for weeks we've been treating him like he's made of glass, like he'd shatter if we raised our voices to him. Now, something tells me he's waiting for us to blow this wide open because for some reason it's too tricky for him to do it himself. Now, honey, you saw the way he was sitting at the table, the way he was just staring at us? He's waiting, honey. He's waiting for his parents to start acting like parents.
Time, Harry. I think if we just give him a chance, he'll wind up telling us everything.
Telling us? He hasn't said a word to me.
But if he thinks that we don't trust him, we'll lose him. Darling, I know how you feel. I know how frustrating all this has been. Tonight, it's been like a battle for all of us. We're fighting to hold this family together.
Yeah. Well, what did he say to you?
Nothing.
Nothing? Well, he must have said something, honey, to give you the feeling he was about to open up.
Well, it was just that he started to talk.
Started? You mean I interrupted something when I came home for dinner?
Yes, honey. As a matter of fact, you did.
Oh, I see. Well, it looks like it's time for the Miles family to have a little conference.
Harry, please.
Now, honey, we've survived all these years just by facing each other. Now, whether the subject was the boys' allowance, or dating girls, or black problems, or white problems, or just plain old people problems. Now, I'm going to call Lou in here. I'm going to say, Lou, I was worried about you, so I went to New York to look into this thing that's been pushing us all over the edge. I put a man on your trail, and this is his report. Now, do you tell us about it, or do I have to open it?
Just like that.
Just like that. I happen to think our son's a man.
Somewhere between a boy and a man, I'd say. That's the whole problem.
Yeah, well, he's only a boy when he goes to his mother behind my back.
You went behind his back, sweetheart, and hired a private detective.
You bet I did. Now, honey, I'm his father, and I don't care how old or how big he gets. I'll still go behind his back if I feel that's the only way I can help him. Now, you going to support me in this? We're going to do it together? Hello.
Oh, Harry, good. Look, this is Mike Rossi. Can you come down to the hospital right away? Well, it's Fred Russell.
Skull injury?
Well, we're not sure, really. At first, we thought it was a case of just too much liquor. Now he's passed out, and we can't seem to revive him.